I'm home today in San Ynez, California, and it is a scorching 108 degrees, maybe getting hotter. But in my home, it's a nice, comfortable 74 degrees. Now, I'm going to show you over by our garage where we've got a 7.5 kilowatt solar array that is cranking out solar power. And while that can be good, it would also be contributing in its own way to a big, huge duck curve problem we've got going on in California, especially on days like this. But that's not the case, because down here we have our Ice Cub tucked in behind here, and as you can hear, it is cranking away. Compressor working hard on a sunny, hot day in order to keep things nice and cool in our home. But it's doing it in a way that's different than a normal air conditioner. So like a normal air conditioner, it is keeping our home cool by cooling the air, and its compressor is doing that and using up electricity, and right now using up electricity that's coming from our solar array. But we're still not using enough electricity to use up all of the electricity if that's all we were doing, and we would be contributing to the California duck curve problem today. However, unlike a normal air conditioner, our Ice Cub, in addition to performing like a usual air conditioner or conventional one, is also cranking out ice, making ice in its ice tank in between its cycling to keep our home cool. And by doing that, it's accumulating about 4 hours worth of stored cooling. And it's going to hold that until later today when the solar is dissipating, but it's still going to be really hot here, and we're going to need cooling. But the compressor is going to stop working as the solar dissipates, and our home is going to stay exactly at the temperature we want, because we are going to be operating with the stored cooling and not using any electricity to create that cooling. Meaning that what would have been a duck curve, where we were making too much power from our solar array during the day and then not enough later when we still need it cooling, making that duck curve of a surplus of power or a lack of demand during the day and then a sharp spike up later in the day. At our home, we don't do that. At our home, even though we enjoy perfect cooling all day long, we have no surplus electricity during the day. We're using it to cool our home and create stored cooling for later. And then when we would have had the spike up later in the day, our load is pretty much flat as a pancake, because we're not using any air conditioning in the conventional sense. We're just melting ice. And if more homes would do that, we wouldn't have a duck curve problem at all here.